During the early 1950s, Nick Underwood, a Columbus, Ohio hobby shop owner, made quite a name for himself, sponsoring rail tours over the many railroads that ran through Columbus. That's Nick during a photo stop on a trip over the Hocking Valley line. My dad took the family on many of these trips, but the one that had a big impact on my life was the Colorado Western Rail Camera Tour of 1953. Dad took my brother and me, then approaching our 9th and 11th birthdays, on this 10-day trip, and our lives were never the same after that. We left from Columbus Union Station at 7:45 in the morning of Saturday, June 27th, on Penzie's number 115, the Fort Hayes, which this is not a picture of, but I like to think that it looked like this. We arrived in Chicago that afternoon in plenty of time for the 5 p.m. departure of CB&Q number 1, the Denver Zephyr. At that time, the DZ probably looked a lot like this, but it was still carrying some of the original articulated equipment, including the parlor observation car, as we will see in a minute. Sunday morning found us rolling across the plains of eastern Colorado, arriving in Denver at 8:30 a.m. While our luggage was being transferred to the Auditorium Hotel, we boarded a sightseeing bus bound for Idaho Springs and Central City. That buffalo herd is still there, but now it's along I-70, not US 40 as it was in the old days. A big adventure for us boys was riding in the miniature steam train at Idaho Springs. As Dad snapped a picture of me standing beside the little engine with his builder driver Virgil Uhrig in the background, he had no way of knowing that this gentleman, a total stranger to us at the time, would half a century later be like a grandfather to his own grandson, and that his grandson would be teaching his great-grandchildren to drive this very same engine, albeit with a different look and in a different location. How cool is that? Idaho Springs hasn't changed that much over the years, but Central City sure has. On Monday, we left on another bus tour, this time to Estes Park. Along the way, we encountered this Rock Island freight train. Estes Park. We stopped here for lunch at the world-famous Stanley Hotel. You'll be able to see it up on the hill here in just a second. There it is. We arrived back in Denver in time for the 5:30 p.m. departure of DNRGW train number 7, the Prospector, headed for Glenwood Springs. After a good night's sleep at the Denver hotel, we boarded a Glenwood Aspen Stages bus for a trip to Aspen. In part 2, we tour Aspen, brave the chairlifts, ride the Royal Gorge to Colorado Springs via Tennessee Pass, Salida, the Royal Gorge, and Pueblo, and tour the Pikes Peak area.